You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, B&B fans. We need to talk about what is going on with Zende Forrester and Luna Nozawa, because that poor guy is dealing with some guilt that I don't think he fully deserves. And that conversation between Zende and his granddad, RJ Forrester, that we just saw has a lot of fans disturbed. We're going to talk about all of this. If you haven't, though, definitely click subscribe. This is Belinda from Soap Dirt, and what we really want to dive into today is the bizarre offer that Zende soon makes that will blindside her and will also shock RJ if and when he hears about it, and I do think he will. All right, let's dive in. So at the same time that Luna was talking to her mom, Poppy Nozawa, about the drugs that she accidentally ingested, Zende was talking to his granddad, RJ, about intern Luna. And just, I've said this in the last video, and I'm going to say it again, I will not call them mints anymore. No, these are drugs. Poppy is a druggie. I don't care. She's clearly buying them from a dealer somewhere because they are pharmaceuticals of some sort, and the only place that you get things like that are from a dealer. That is not the kind of crap that an herb shop sells. That's not even the kind of stuff that weed dispensaries sell. They're not breath fresheners in any way, shape, or form. They are some sort of roofie. And just because Poppy has built up a tolerance to these illegal pharmaceuticals doesn't mean that they are harmless. I mean, good gracious, she offered one to Bill Spencer the other day. Can you imagine, So it really creeped out a lot of fans when RJ Forrester was saying things to Zende about how he's got a lot more to teach Luna than RJ does, and how he should really get closer to her, show her how things are done. He told Zende he wanted him to work with Luna, and he said, find out what excites her, find out what turns her on. That was just, in the context of what we saw on the screen, that was a creepy conversation. I guess the Bold writers thought they were doing some sort of clever double entendre thing, but to me, it was just gross, given the context of Luna having basically been sexually assaulted because of her mother drugging her. Although, in Poppy's defense, who picks up a container and just starts eating things out of it? Like, if I found a container of something in my purse, I would not go, oh, looks cool, and have those. Like if it was a tin of Altoids where you can think, okay, it is an Altoid, and she had her little drugs in there. Sure, you make a mistake like that. But when they are clearly in a little decorative tin, although, to be fair, she's seen her mom taking them and her mom just calls them her mints. So maybe she recognized they were her mom's and assumed they were harmless. It's just so awful. So at the same time, Zende's talking to RJ. We have Luna finding out that something bad happened to her because her mother left drugs lying around and she took them. I absolutely applaud Luna for telling Poppy, stop calling them mints. These are drugs. They had her hallucinating to the extent she wound up in bed with another man, and she knows RJ is going to be angry. The conversation between Zende and RJ is done, but the conversation between Luna and Poppy is far from over, and it resumes on Friday. And on Friday, Zende Forrester shows up at Luna and Poppy's apartment. I don't know if they invite him or he just stops by. There's a very serious discussion that takes place. The spoilers say Zende is going to be horrified when Poppy and Luna tell him that she was drugged with her mother's drugs, all right? So she really did think she was in RJ's bed, and I do suspect she's going to tell him the brutal truth. I never would have crawled into your bed, and I know a lot of fans are debating that he should have known it. I've seen a lot of people on Soap social media dragging him, saying he should have known not to do it because Luna has a boyfriend. But, this is a soap opera, and he came in and found a scantily clad girl in his bed who said, I've been waiting for you. and he was flirting with her, and he did invite her to stop by and see him. And then she, as far as his perception, I think, was she did stop by to see him. So he had no reason to suspect she was impaired, suspect she was cheating, on her boyfriend. Sure. But women cheat on men cheat on women. To say that, oh, he shouldn't have slept with her because she has a boyfriend. I mean, this is a soap opera, right? That's their stock in trade, is cheating with people that are with other people. So, but I will agree, the whole scenario is icky. And this is what they decided to give us instead of romance for Valentine's Day, while tarnishing one of the few Black characters they have during Black History Month. Just the whole thing. The conversation between Poppy and Zende and Luna continues in the following week. So the spoiler I want to talk about is one where Zende basically makes what I think is a pretty bizarre move with Luna. It happens on Tuesday, February the 20th, I think. The official spoiler says Zende makes a pitch for Luna to be with him. He tells her he wants a future with her, wants them to have a life together, and I'm sure he's going to encourage her to break up with RJ. Her mom wants her just to lie to RJ and resume that romance. Luna doesn't like any of that. Zende may make a similar pitch, basically like, oh, you can just date me. You don't have to tell RJ that you cheated. Just break up with him and then start dating me. I do think Zende is attracted to Luna, but I felt like the rivalry with RJ was what was driving this. But this type of behavior is pretty typical for B&B. They always seem to have a third wheel trying to steal someone's romantic partner, whether it's Liam with Steffi and Finn, whether it's Thomas with Liam and Hope, whether it is Taylor with Brooke and Ridge, or Brooke with Taylor and Ridge. This is standard stuff. Brooke, Bill, Katie, this is what they do. So it's them recycling same old they've been doing for decades. So I just wonder if Zende making this offer is like him trying to do the honorable thing. Like back in the 1950s, if a guy got a girl pregnant, then he's like, oh, I need to make an honest woman of you. That kind of old school cliche sort of thing, because Brad Bell is of an age. I don't know. Maybe Zende thinks if they're together as boyfriend or girlfriend, it might erase the whole ick factor of that night they had together and the questionable gray area of consent. So I do feel like Zende would stand behind his offer and would be her boyfriend, but I just don't think Luna's going to take the easy way out. And she really wants to be with RJ. She loves him. So I think she's going to roll the dice, come clean, tell him the truth, hope that he forgives her and they can stay together. And I'm guessing RJ will blame Zende instead of Poppy and her drugs, which unfortunately means the rest of the Forrester family may also blame Zende. It definitely seems like they are trying to tarnish him. This whole thing, is creepy and it's triggering for a lot of fans, and they're just going to keep pushing the envelope behind beyond what I think most of us consider is decent. Just wait and see. But on Tuesday of next week, Zende tries to appeal to Luna to choose a future with him and move past this whole messy situation and make the best of it, make lemonade out of lemons. I just don't see her saying yes. So we'll see how it goes. Maybe Zende is hoping if she does say yes, it would keep the full truth from coming out and possibly destroying his reputation at the family business, even though he did not know she was compromised when she climbed into his bed. All right, drop your comments below. Please be sure to click subscribe. Come back soon, because we are here talking Bold and the Beautiful 7 days a week. And as always, it is Belinda from Soap Dirt.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.